Hey friend, John McLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn how to play Please Come Home for Christmas as recorded by the Eagles on guitar. Now this song was originally written by Charles Brown, and I do have a lesson on his version of this song on my channel if you're looking for that. Now his version is in a different key, the Eagles version is in the key of A. Now what I'm going to show you is how to play the chords through this entire song in the simplest way that I can think of to play it, just using a lot of open chords. There's a number of sort of fancier chords. We've got some kind of diminished chords and some augmented chords, but I will show you simpler ways and different variations as well as we go through to try and just meet, more advanced players and newer players as well. Before we dive in though, if you're new to the channel, I've got an awesome resource for you. I put together the ultimate fretboard guide that's going to show you the major, minor, and pentatonic scales and the chords that go with them. It's a one-page PDF that you can print out and download, and I want to give it to you to help your guitar playing. All you got to do is go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide, and you can download it right there for free. All right, well, hope you enjoy that. And with that said, let's dive into the lesson. Let's break down how to play Please Come Home for Christmas as recorded by the Eagles on guitar. Now we're in the key of A. We're going to start off with the A section. There's 3 parts. This is the first section, the A section. Here's what it sounds like. All right, so this is the first part here. We're going to begin on an A chord. And the chord that I'm playing here is just open position A from the 5th string down. Open, 2, 2, 2, open. Then from there, we move this note on the 3rd string. It goes down 1 fret at a time. So we're going to play A to A major 7. And then we'll lift it off again, and that's going to make an A7. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A7. Then we stay on this A7 for 2 bars. Then we'll go to D. So this part here goes to the D chord, and we're going to do 2 bars there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to move to a D sharp diminished. And this is played starting on the 5th string, 6, 7, 8, 7. Okay, now an easier substitution for this would be a B7 chord. If you want to do that, it sounds slightly different, but it'll still work. Or get this D sharp diminished. That's kind of the classic sound on the recording. So after the D sharp diminished, we go back to A, then D, then A, then F sharp minor. Okay, so that's a bar chord on the 2nd fret, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2. Then we finish B7 for 2 bars, and that's just 2, 1, 2, open 2. And then E7, you could either do E7 for 2 bars, or you could do a bar of E7 and then throw in this cool augmented chord. And this is what you hear on the recording. Again, an E7 would work, but you could get this sound if you want to be closer to the recording. It would be open, 3, 2, 1, 1. I'm muting the high E string, not playing that one. So it'd be first E7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then the augmented. All right, now strumming throughout this whole song, we're going to play a 6/8 strumming pattern, or 6 strums per bar. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2. And then then I'll just put that with the chords. Up to the diminished, then A to D, A, F sharp minor, B7, and E. And we repeat back to the top. Now the second time we do a little variation. We go A, this is still the same, D, A, F sharp minor, but then here's the variation. We go B7, E7, A, A7. Okay, so that ends what we call the A section. All of that is that A section. Then we go to the B section. Now here we're gonna start on D and play. Okay, so this is sort of the first half of the B section. We start on the D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 bars, then go to D minor. Okay, we just make that chord minor, so that's from the 4th string down, open, 2, 3, 1. 2 bars here, then go to A, E augmented, A. Now, if that E augmented is too hard, wherever that happens in the song, you can substitute the E7. But again, the E augmented is nice. Then back to A. Then A7. Okay? Then we do a similar thing again, but with a variation on the end. We go D, D minor. This time, B7. Then okay, now what I did there for the variation, so it starts the same way, D, D minor. Then instead of going back to A like we did before, now we go to B7, okay, for 2 bars. And then simple way, just play E7 for 2 bars. But what I did that you hear on the recording is E7, 1, 2, 3. Then it plays this E augmented chord, but up here it arpeggiates it and goes. It's a very common, almost bluesy. I mean, I learned it first from the blues, but it's in a lot of different styles. You'll hear this kind of a 5 chord played this way because we're in the key of A, so this is the E. We're going 7, 6, 5, 5. And I just pick those notes. All right, so just to recap, here's the whole B section one more time, starting on D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D minor, A, E augmented, A, A7. Then do a similar thing again, D, D minor. Now here's our variation, B7, and E to the augmented. Then we go back. All right, so now you've got the A section down. You've got the B section down. Now we're going to learn the last A section. And here's how that goes. All right, so it starts off exactly the same as the first A section. We do A, A major 7, A7, then D to the diminished, or B7 if you want to substitute. Then here's where it changes. We go A, C sharp 7, F sharp minor. Okay, so that A is the same. C sharp 7 looks like a C chord, but on the 2nd fret here, and we're gonna add our pinky to the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Then we go to F sharp minor. Now here the chords start moving quicker. We're gonna play F sharp minor, then we just pick that low E note. Okay, then D diminished, then A, F sharp, B7, A7, A, and that's an F sharp minor as we've been playing it. So A, F sharp minor, B7, A7, A. Now those right there are 3 strums on each chord, so we're splitting up a measure. 1, 2, 3, switch, 2, 3, switch, 2, 3, switch, 2, 3. Then we finish with A, then E. Okay, so here's that whole last A, just as a recap. You can put it all together. A major 7, A7. D sharp diminished. A, C sharp 7, F sharp walk, D sharp diminished, A, F sharp minor, B7, A7, A. Now when we end, we go like this. Okay, so what that was is I call it the Keith Richards move. Put a D over F sharp triad here with the A in the bass. So it's open 4, 2, 3. And then back to A, you go. And there's this little, that's just 5, 5, 7, 6. That's how it ends. So take your time with this song. There are a number of sections and different parts, then playing in the 6/8 time signature with what I call it kind of 12/8 feel. Now, if you're asking, well, John, what did you play at the top of this video? Well, what I did was a more advanced version of what I demonstrated basically in the lesson. And what it is I take all the chords of the lesson. So once you've got all the changes down, then you add sort of a way of playing them using thumb chords and more bar chords that are more common to like an R&B school of rhythm playing, sort of like Curtis Mayfield or Jimi Hendrix style. And that is how I would play it, sort of in a rhythm section with a band as a more advanced way. And to help you put this together even more, be sure to grab my ultimate fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 chords and scales that you need to know to map out the entire fretboard. And a lot of the chords that we covered in today's video, you're going to see on this page as well. And it's one of the most useful things I've ever created, and I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide, or I made it easy for you. You can just click the first link down below. As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you in another video real soon.